and welcome to this video from StockCharts.com. This is the second of a two-part series on using point and figure charts. In this video, we're going to show you how easy it is to change the different scaling methods and customize your chart. Show you how to change the box size so you can get the exact chart you're looking for if you're a trader or a long-term investor. We'll show you how you can also change the reversal amount, how you can use the price objectives to change them, and how you can add chart overlays to a point and figure chart, which is basically adding moving averages and Bollinger Bands to point and figure charts. Now, the first thing we need to do is access a point and figure chart and get to the point and figure chart workbench. And once we're there, you scroll down, and below the chart, you will find the chart scale section. And we're going to deal with the scaling method first. And the default is the traditional scaling method, and that sets the box size based on the price level. So when prices reach a certain level, the box size changes. And I'll show an example of that in a bit. You can also use a percentage box size, and you would change the levels here. If you wanted a 1% box, you would put a 1 there. If you want a third percent box size, you would change the level to 0.33. We can also use a user-defined box size. So if you would like 25-cent boxes, you can just enter 0.25. Or if you like 75-cent boxes, you can enter 0.75 there. Very flexible and very easy. And finally, you can set the box size based on the current value of the average true range. And you can set your average true range periods in the box to the right. This first example shows Alcoa, and you can look up at the top of the chart and see that it's set as a traditional scaling method. And down at the bottom, you see below $5, the boxes are 25 cents. Above $5, the boxes are 50 cents each, and they stay 50 cents until they hit 20. And above 20, they go to $1 a box. And they stay at $1 a box up until 100. This second example shows Apple Computer, and you can see that up to 500, the box size is $4 a box, and then above 500, it switches to $5 a box. The next scaling method that we're going to talk about is these percentage scaling, and in this example, I've got 1% boxes. So if the price is down here in the low 80s, a 1% box would be about 80-something cents. Whereas up here at 127.5, a 1% box would be about $1.2728. And of course, if you go in the middle around the 100 level, a 1% box would be about $1. This would be equivalent to using a logarithmic scale on a normal bar chart. Now, it's important to point out to chartists that the scaling method and the percentage used will affect what's shown on the chart. You can see this 1% box size gives you a Cummings engine chart that is 8 months long and has a $48 range from high to low. But if we cut that box size in half to 0.5%, you can see that the price range shrinks to $25 and the date range shrinks to 4 months. So you have a shorter term when you use a smaller box size, and you have a longer term when you use a larger box size. So this can fit the trader or the investor. If you're a trader that likes to use 50-cent increments on your charts and for your stops or your support and resistance levels, then you can set that level using the user-defined feature on the point and figure chart. This is a Cummings engine chart, and you can see that the price scale stays the same, 50 cents per box, all the way from the low 80s to around 106. And the final method is the average true range, and that takes the value of the average true range for the period chosen and uses it for the box size. And in this Amazon example, the 20-period average true range is 2.01. So that is the point size for each box. Now, it's important to keep in mind that that average true range will change. In other words, if you get a big move in the stock and the average true range value changes, then the value for those boxes on the point and figure chart will change the next time you update it. You can see here on this Amazon chart, there's the Amazon ATR reading at 2.01. Now, if we go back to the point and figure workbench, you can see some other items that you can change here. We can change the reversal method. It's set at 3, which is a default. We can set the scale factor. If we just want a normal scale, we'd put 1. If we wanted to scale it up by 10, which means a factor of 10, we would add 10 there. Instead of 25, you would show 250. You can show the number of decimal places, 2, 4, 6, however you like. And you can change the price objective method, breakout or reversal. And if you want to understand anything about that, you can click on the links just below. We have instructions, understanding, about P&F alerts, and about price objectives. And let's look at some of the reversal amounts. So chartists can change the reversal amount to get a customized chart and to increase the volatility or the times it moves and changes, or to reduce the volatility and look at a longer term picture. So this is a 2-box reversal chart for Microsoft, and you can see there 2 boxes and it reverses down, 2 boxes it reverses up. So that's the minimum required for a reversal. And this chart extends back around 5 months or so. You can also see that the price range is relatively tight because there's a lot of reversals when you have a 2-box reversal chart. The other chart shows a 4-box reversal chart, and you can see that the price range is much larger, 22.75 to 32.75, a 10-point range. And you can see it takes 4 X's to reverse the downtrend, and it takes 4 O's to reverse the prior X column. Now, if we return to the point and figure workbench, we can look at the chart overlay section. Now, as a default basis, you do get the trend lines, but you can also add a simple moving average. You could add Bollinger Bands to your chart, or you could add price by volume. And let's take a look at a couple of these. This chart shows a 10-period moving average. And a moving average on a point and figure chart is calculated based on each column. So you take the midpoint of each column and you do a 10-period average of the last 10 columns, the last 10 midpoints of those 10 columns. And it gives you a nice moving average to overlay on the chart. You can also add price by volume or volume by price. And this is very handy if you want to see where accumulation and distribution might be taking place. And you can see on this chart on the left, we have the volume bars that are horizontal, and the up volume is the dark gray, and the down volume is the red. And this can help you in your analysis. As you can see from this video, there's a lot of information you can get off of a point and figure chart. You can add overlays to this chart. You can judge the information on the chart by looking at the P&F pattern. You can look at the price objective. You can use the trend lines to all help you identify the trend and become a better trader or investor. And that concludes our video tutorial on point and figure charting. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Good luck and good charting.